2. Insurance essentials, renters versus homeowners. One big question: which one really delivers? On the left, renters insurance, protect your belongings and liability as a tenant. And on the right, homeowners insurance, comprehensive protection for your home and assets if you own property. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect. Alright, let's just lay out what we're covering. Like, imagine a mind map popping up here. We're going to look at annual cost, dwelling coverage, personal property coverage, liability protection, loss of use coverage, medical payments to others, coverage eligibility, and finally, who needs it. Okay, ready, let's roll. First things first, annual cost. So renters insurance, it's super budget friendly. We're talking about an average of $170 a year, which is like $14 a month. If you're in North Dakota, it's even cheaper, around $114 a year. So honestly, if you're worried about affordability, renters is almost always a win here. Of course, you get a more limited scope, but for the price, can't complain much. Now, homeowners insurance. Oof, the math jumps up quick. $2,424 per year on average, or about $200 a month. That's over 12 times what you'd pay for renters. Why? Well, because homeowners covers way more, and those rebuild costs are no joke. So yeah, if we're talking annual cost, renters takes this one hands down. Next up, dwelling coverage. So with renters insurance, here's the thing: you're not on the hook for the building itself. That means if something happens to the structure, that's your landlord's problem, not yours. But there's also a catch. Renters policies don't cover building damage at all. So if the roof collapses or, I dunno, the garage burns down, not your responsibility, but also not your coverage. Now, homeowners insurance, this is where it flexes. You've got coverage for the whole home: repairs, rebuilding, other structures like sheds, even a detached garage. Pretty much if your house suffers damage from something covered, insurance is gonna help you pick up the pieces. Downside is this means you need way more coverage and, you guessed it, higher premiums. Still, for protection on your actual building, homeowners is the clear winner. Okay, let's get into personal property coverage. Now, both these insurances step up here. With renters, you set your own coverage limit, so all your stuff like furniture, electronics, even your favorite hoodie is covered against fire, theft, vandalism, you name it. Super flexible, but you gotta estimate your stuff's value pretty well so you're not shortchanging yourself. Homeowners, same deal, but often your coverage for personal property is a percentage of what you have on the dwelling. So you get protection for all your things, but your limits are usually tied to your house value. Honestly, in practical terms, both work great here, so I'm calling this one a tie. Oh, and here's something cool, or, maybe not so cool. Did you know that in 2024, over 6 million American homeowners actually skipped home insurance altogether? Like, that's a massive risk. Some of these folks could be out tens of thousands of dollars if something goes wrong. Wild, right? Now for liability protection, this is underrated but so useful. Renters insurance is surprisingly robust. If your guest slips on your kitchen floor, it's got your back for legal fees or medical expenses. Usually, liability limits are a bit lower, but for most renters, it's plenty. Homeowners takes this to the next level. The coverage is broader and limits are much higher. It protects against stuff like damage to your neighbor's property or, say, someone tripping over your garden gnome. Bigger coverage, but yeah, you do pay for it. Still, since both help with those oh no moments, we'll call it another tie. Let's talk loss of use coverage. If your place becomes unlivable, like after a fire, renters insurance will usually cover your temporary housing or help with rent while you're out. There might be some usage limits, but man, it can be a lifesaver. Homeowners insurance offers additional living expenses coverage, so we're talking hotel bills, meals, stuff like that. It often feels a bit more comprehensive since you're covering more, but again, depends on your limits. Both are super helpful if you're ever displaced, so this one's a tie too. Moving right along, medical payments to others. Renters insurance covers minor guest injuries. Say your friend trips over your dog's toy in the living room. It usually pays out regardless of whose fault it is, but heads up, it's meant for small stuff, not major accidents. Homeowners insurance, pretty much the same. It's included in all standard policies, protects guests, but as always, check the limits. No huge differences here, so yeah, another tie. Coverage eligibility is next. Renters insurance is made for, well, renters, whether you're in an apartment or a house. Super simple to qualify, and you can get it no matter what state you're in. main thing, you do have to be renting. Homeowners insurance is just for those who actually own their home. It's your investment, and actually most lenders will require you to have it if you get a mortgage. Can't flip these, you're either a renter or a homeowner. So they both do their job for the right customer, so it's a tie. And last up, who actually needs this stuff? Renter's insurance is honestly a no-brainer for anyone leasing somewhere to live. It's affordable, protects your finances, and let's be real, most landlords' policies won't cover your personal stuff. Homeowners insurance? You simply can't go without it if you own your place, especially since lenders practically make it mandatory. It is expensive, but for most people it's also a gigantic relief in a crisis. Really, both insurances are super important for different folks, so this round it's a tie. Okay, if we throw all this into a radar chart, we see renters insurance just dominating the cost front, but homeowners insurance absolutely owning the building protection game. For things like personal property and basic liabilities, honestly, they're neck and neck. So if you're renting an apartment or a house, renters insurance is a total must, super affordable, really essential, and it actually covers you where you need it. But if you own your home, there's no question homeowners insurance, while pricier, is protecting your biggest asset, and in most cases you kind of have to have it. Both are crucial really, it just depends whether you rent or own. If you found this comparison helpful, do me a favor and share it with someone who might be confused about their insurance options. Let's help more folks protect what matters.